Ever step off the train in a new country and realize you have no data to book your next journey or check timetable? Been there, it's not fun. With Airalo, that never happens. It's an online store for eSIM, offering data plans in over 200 countries and regions. Download the app before your trip, pick a plan for your route, install it, and you're connected the moment you arrived. I've used Airalo to check live train updates, grab last-minute seat reservation, and navigate U stations stress-free, all without hunting for Wi-Fi or paying crazy roaming fees. No physical SIM card, no hassle, just instant data for every step of your train journey. Use the code SIMPLY3 for $3 off your first plan at the link linked in the description. Traveling by train has never been this smooth. Now back to the video.
Privacy.